In Cold Blood is a non-fiction novel written by Truman Capote and published in 1965. The book tells the chilling and harrowing true story of the 1959 Clutter family murders in the small town of Holcomb, Kansas. Here is an approximately 5-minute-long summary of the novel. The story begins on the fateful morning of November 15, 1959, when the peaceful farming community of Holcomb is shattered by a gruesome and seemingly senseless crime. The Clutter family, consisting of Herbert and Bonnie Clutter and their 2 teenage children, Nancy and Kenyon, are found brutally murdered in their home. The entire town is in shock, as the Clutters were well-liked and respected members of the community. The local authorities, led by Sheriff Alvin Dewey, are initially puzzled by the crime. There seems to be no motive, as the Clutters were known for their modest lifestyle and had no known enemies. However, Dewey remains committed to solving the case and bringing the perpetrators to justice. Meanwhile, the narrative shifts to 2 drifters named Richard Dick Hickok and Perry Smith. The 2 men, both troubled and with criminal backgrounds, had recently been released from prison and hatched a plan to rob the Clutter family, believing they kept a large sum of cash in their home. Upon breaking into the Clutter residence, they find no significant amount of money and instead decide to eliminate any witnesses. Capote delves deeply into the backgrounds of both Hickok and Smith, providing a detailed account of their troubled lives and the circumstances that led them to commit such a heinous act. Perry Smith, in particular, is portrayed as a complex and sensitive individual, haunted by a troubled past and struggling with inner demons. As the investigation progresses, the authorities piece together evidence that ultimately leads them to Hickok and Smith. The 2 men are arrested in Las Vegas, where they had fled in an attempt to escape justice. They are brought back to Kansas to stand trial. The trial becomes a media sensation, drawing significant attention from across the nation. Capote provides an in-depth account of the legal proceedings, the strategies employed by the defense and prosecution, and the impact of the trial on the Clutter family's friends and the Holcomb community as a whole. Both Hickok and Smith are found guilty and sentenced to death. The portrayal of their characters throughout the novel raises complex questions about the nature of crime, the death penalty, and the impact of childhood trauma on adult behavior. As the narrative nears its conclusion, Capote delves into the emotions and thoughts of both the murderers and the surviving family members of the Clutter family. He manages to evoke sympathy for Smith, despite his monstrous actions, by exploring the troubled past that shaped him. The book ends with the execution of Hickok and Smith in 1965, leaving readers to grapple with the haunting aftermath of this senseless tragedy. In Cold Blood is a groundbreaking work of literature that blends factual reporting with a novelistic approach. Truman Capote's masterful storytelling and detailed research provide readers with a profound exploration of crime, punishment, and the human psyche. The book has left a lasting impact on true crime writing and remains a haunting and unforgettable exploration of one of the most infamous crimes in American history.